because my computer's not doesn't seem to be working. But let me try to turn the brightness up. Okay. Are you paying? Are you paying attention? This seems to be a total system failure happening in America right now. I'm not much of an alarmist. Usually mercy-minded, but right now, I don't. It doesn't look too good. Um, the energy just got really heavy. The beginning of the day was like really good, and then the energy just got really heavy. Um, I've been having just quick little thing like I've just been having car trouble, and then long story short, the timing belt just starts screaming in my car, and it's like I'm driving around like this and I can't stand it. It's terrible. Just had it fixed. So why is it screaming? And then the data in my phone goes out. So I order groceries. In order to pick them up, you gotta check in with your data on your phone. I couldn't. I had to go into the store because I didn't have any service. And I was like, do y'all have service? And everyone was like, yeah, they had service. Just, I guess, ran out of data. I don't know. I went in, I luckily next door went into T-Mobile Metro PCS, and I don't know exactly what was wrong, but the girl just was like, I'll just pay your bill early. Just pay the bill early, a week early, and it worked again. Like, it was so weird. I was like, okay, whatever. The energy just got like really heavy, and then I came on like I usually do. I fellowship on TikTok because that's where I get my news from people. And it's like clearly this country has been invaded. Aurora, Colorado, 2 apartment complexes have been taken over by Venezuelan, like they emptied the prisons in Venezuela and they took over Aurora. And why isn't this in the news? Why is none of this in the news? I'm seeing it on TikTok. These people displaced by these mercenaries that have just taken over their 2 apartment complexes in Colorado. In California, there are these violent migrants. And by the way, I think that the whole migrant narrative is sort of propaganda because it's not just the migrants. I mean, obviously it's the migrants too, but like people are becoming increasingly more violent in America as well. This is not all just, migrant related violence. Like people that live here are also getting increasingly more violent and chaotic. It seems like the Civil War is like the programmed kind of outcome that they want to see happen, a civil war. And it seems to me at this point, there's no doubt about it. So Aurora, Colorado, California, these migrants are trying to violently force themselves into a bus full of kids. So it's like your kids can't even like ride the bus anymore. You can't even like let them out of your sight. And that creates a whole other bunch of problems because of childcare and you have to go to work. Chicago invaded. I just saw a video of New York being invaded. The army had taken over a hotel. This guy was recording a video going into the hotel, and there's just nothing but people dressed up in army gear. And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Why are you here? And they said, we were instructed to come here and you have to get out. They made him get out, but he recorded you. It's weird to see, like you walk into a Holiday Inn and behind the desk are army people. They're all dressed up. And then all these people bum rush this guy out the door dressed in army material. They're like, get out, get out. They've taken over this hotel. They just took over this hotel in New York City. Oh my goodness. It seems like we've reached a really big time collapse and system failure. And, the energy got really heavy because it was like, dude, it's like, it just seems like, if it's like a spiritual war, it's like everything around me is like falling apart. The car's falling apart. I, for some reason, thought maybe it was a dream that my air conditioner in my house fell apart. It didn't happen. Thanks to God. my cat had to go to the vet, and that was like $300 for an ear infection. And I don't even know if he really had a bad ear infection. I just needed the medicine, but it was like $300. You know, you go to the dentist and it's like $2,000. It's just the air conditioner in the car was $1,100 and it still doesn't work. Still's not fixed. I have to get a button off a car in a junkyard, and I don't know how to get that button off the car, but I don't know anybody that can help me get the button off the car. So I have to just go to this junkyard and hope that somebody will help me get this button off. If not, I can't, and then I can't get my car fixed. It's like, I don't have anybody. It's like, what the hell are people doing? What's everyone doing? Where's everyone's priorities at? You know, helping people out. Seems like some people try and help us out and they just make it worse. This is like weird. It's like you're just like consistently just like bleeding money. And I know that most people would really pray to have my bad days. So I tell myself that throughout the day, like, calm down. People would pray. People would love to have your bad days, Lauren. Like, my bad days, you know, it's all relative and it's like not easy. And I sort of felt like this evening, like I'm just at my breaking point. I'm just like, I just want to go home, but I have to make 2 extra stops. I got to stop at the mechanic to try and look at what's wrong with my car. I got to stop at the cell phone company to try and figure out why I don't have data. And it's like, I just got the timing belt fixed. Why is it screaming? I just fixed this. I don't know why my phone was out of data. This is like never happens. Like, this stuff doesn't happen. And then I come home and I open TikTok and it's like all I see on TikTok is people recording videos of how this country is physically have been invaded. Like, all of a sudden. Usually it's a lot of material about prayer and Bible study, but lately my TikTok is just full of people and migrants and people going crazy and people taking over and weird things and weird phenomena, just weird stuff. It's like we've reached like a real critical mass of system failure. And here's the biggest kicker of all. May and June was really slow at work, but the past 3 weeks have been good. Like, my schedule has been adequately booked. Next week, I have nobody in my schedule. You know, I don't get paid hourly. I get paid based on who books an appointment. So it's like, what is going on here? This is something weird, some kind of simulation thing going on. Why was I busy the past 3 weeks? And it's like, you can't even rely on that income. Everything that I make goes to fixing something that's broken, maintaining groceries. It's like, it's crazy. And then you see on TikTok that, like, all over the country, we've just been invaded, and it's so evident now. It's so apparent. And I have nobody in my schedule next week, which means I don't work next week. That's insane. That's crazy. Like, it's weird, dude. The energy is really, really heavy right now. And I don't really, for me personally, I don't ever want to give credit to the devil, because I don't give a shit what the devil's plans are. Because God takes everything the devil does and he turns it for his good. So I don't ever sit and like think, oh, I'm being attacked by the enemy. I know people do that, and that's okay. I'm not judging you. And it's probably not wrong. But me personally, like, I don't sit around and think like that, because God's glory usurps the bullshit power the devil thinks he has, this grand facade, this big charade. God's going to take everything and use it for his glory. In the meantime, I'm just sort of like this avatar in a video game, just running across a bridge as it's crumbling behind me. Like, that's been life since September of last year. Since September of last year, that's been my entire life. There has been no extra income, because anytime I do get extra income, it goes to something crazy that happens, something weird that happens. I've started to develop arthritis in my finger. Like, I'm 34 years old. What the hell am I doing with arthritis in my finger? But I'm not worried about it, because I know God can heal it when whatever it is needs to be found out. I think I have to lose some weight. I'm not really overweight, but I think that I'm very sensitive to carrying weight when I do seem to have health issues. And then I lose the weight 5, 10 pounds, and then I am back to normal health. Um, it could be that I've already noticed some relief with that, but it's like another thing I have to troubleshoot, right? If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So allergies are so crazy. It's like if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Like where are the allergies coming from? Driving without AC, you are breathing in all the shit on the road. You're breathing in all the garbage on the road, all the pollution. So it's just a lot compounded on top of each other, like one thing on top of another. And I just remember people would pray to have my bad days because people are having worse days. Looking all over the country, this country is being invaded, people's children are being attacked, women are turning violent against their children. But simultaneously, also, people are getting arrested the way they should be getting arrested. Like, people are definitely, like, the surveillance state is definitely cracking down and, like, kind of overreaching as a means to bring justice. So, like, I remember that. I'm like, okay, things look really bad, but also really bad people who never thought they would have got arrested are getting arrested. Like people that have conducted heinous crimes thinking that they were flying under the radar are now being locked up, and they should. They don't belong in society. So there is this kind of balancing of the scales that I remember is also happening. Bad things are happening, good things are happening. But man, it's like the unbelievers are the ones that are caught in the crossfires of this whole collapse, because believers are kind of like, okay, equipped and like ready and just gonna be able to hear from the Holy Spirit to get from A to B, to survive A to B. And then, the people that are like the devil's people, they do their thing and they're all in. But the lukewarm, the people that are kind of caught in the crossfires, I feel bad for these people, because they're the ones actually caught in the crossfires. It's not the believers and it's not the devil's minions. It's the people that are caught in the crossfires that are the lukewarm, the non-believers that are caught in the crossfires. And that's a lot of people. And it's getting very violent out there. This country's clearly been invaded. And it's weird that I don't have anyone on my schedule next week. It's weird. That's so weird. Oh, sorry. Actually, somebody did just book, and that is going to help me out a lot. My job is like, if just one person books, it's good. And then anything extra is just awesome. But also, since September, anything extra goes to something else, like the vet or the dentist or the doctor or the mechanic, which is fine. Give us this day our daily bread. It's crazy, man. Okay. So, just, I guess, continue to pray for mercy. It looks like it's running thin. So really get your wits about you. And, I can't believe this stuff isn't in the news. I can't believe Aurora, Colorado is not all over the news, all over the social medias. I'm just seeing it from people on TikTok. So, all right. That's that. You're the right kind of people. What's up, Brandon? Is it the AC belt? Well, the AC, it's connected to the AC, yeah. But there's a warranty on that. So they just fixed it. There's a warranty on that. So I should be able to get that fixed for free. It's also just kind of like a bummer because I don't have any friends, and I got invited to hang out with like a new friend and new friends. And now I can't do that because the timing belt is screaming. So it puts me in a really bad mood to drive around with a screaming car. It's just such. Also, it's not like I can put the windows up and turn the radio on because the AC's out. So the windows are down and I'm listening to my car scream the whole time I drive it. And it's like, damn, it's like, I'm excited to have made a friend, but now I was so excited to go and hang out with friends and try and like do something and be normal, and now I can't because the car's screwed up and I can't get in until Monday to fix it. but I'm not complaining. It's just interesting. It's all just very interesting, you know? We are just to be amused by our circumstances, and all glory goes to God and his perfect plan. It's all for his perfect plan. All right, check you later. See how to end this. Okay.